So today is Puppy Dash's first day home with us. So I'm just up at the field, walking some dogs, and he is with me. He's in his little buggy. I'll show you in a second. But I picked him up at, I think it was about 9:15 in the end this morning. So the breeders had him at the vet's just to final check over and first injections. So I picked him up from there. Just because it was easier timing wise and location, so met them there, and then I brought him up to the field so he could meet Buzz properly, and I could drop his buggy off so I wasn't having to take it in and out of the van each time I had a dog in. So when I had a little crate set up in the front of the van so he could sit up front with me, I could keep an eye on him. So when I got him from the vets, driving up here, he was a little bit unsure to start with, barking and that, but within a few minutes he'll settle down, having a little nap. Then I got him out, met Buzz, and then he was probably out for about 20 minutes or so, and then I popped him back into the crate in the van, picked up all the dogs, so he was having a nap for a good 45 minutes, and then when he got back here he was sort of waking up, so I put him down for a toilet, and he went pretty much within a minute or so, and then put him in his buggy, where he's been chilling. He had a little bit of lunch, he's had a little chew, he's got a couple of toys in there, he sat in the shade. I keep offering him water because it is warm today, but I've positioned him so he's in the shade, so he isn't getting too hot. And also I keep an eye on him, I'm staying with him, and then Miller's sort of sorting the others out. But I'll put in a couple of clips of our morning so far, of him in the van, and then meeting Buzz for the first time, and then what he's up to now. So I've just dropped everyone back home from today's walk. It is raining at the moment, so I'm seeing if it lets off a little bit before I get out. So Dash will need a quick toilet before we go in, because he hasn't been for a wee for a couple of hours, and he hasn't done a poo since I've had him, so it's been at least 9 o'clock since he went, and it's about 2 o'clock now I think. So I want to see if he wants to at least wee before we go in. Obviously if it doesn't let up raining, I'll still let him out, because I'd rather give him an opportunity where I want him to go, rather than him fail and go inside. Obviously he doesn't know it's failing, because obviously he doesn't know any different. He's still obviously right at the beginning of his toilet training progress. So yeah, I'll try and get a little video of him toileting. So obviously I've got a little courtyard sort of area where we park, so I'm going to be letting him on there to see if he wants to toilet. So it isn't where like loads of other dogs go or anything, it's only us and our neighbour that sort of use it, because it is private. So obviously other dogs won't be coming on and off, so there's no risk there of him picking anything up. And obviously it's on concrete, so anything that is potentially there, it's going to be washed away really easily. Same with my field, I know it's only dogs that are healthy, haven't got any problems, that are going up there, because it is my own field. No one else can use it, it's got locks on and everything, so no one can physically get in there without me being there and letting them in. so it is only healthy dogs that are using it, so I know there's no chance of him picking up anything from them dogs. But obviously I'm not letting him on the ground with them yet, just obviously to maximise the chance of him not getting anything. But obviously he's going on the ground sort of in between when there's no other dogs there apart from Buzz. But obviously yeah, there's very minimal chance of him picking anything up in the areas that I am letting him on the ground. So he's having a nap at the moment in his crate in the van. He's been really good actually. He had a little bit of hissy fit in his little buggy when I first put him in there, but he's started to settle down in there. But in the van he's been really good, pretty much napped the whole time when I've been driving. He got up a couple of times to sort of readjust where he was laying, that sort of stuff, but no whining, no fussing, anything like that, apart from that initial time I put him in. But within a few minutes he was settled down, having a nap. So he's been really good so far, but as I say, I'm going to let him out for another toilet now, and then when I get in I'm going to give him a little bit of food. He had his breakfast before he left home this morning with the breeder, and then I gave him a little bit of food. I think it was about 11:30. Now I'll give him a little bit now, and then he'll have some tonight at dinner time. So he's still on sort of 4 meals a day, but we'll reduce that to 3 over the next couple of weeks. Obviously he's a puppy, he needs sort of regular meal times because he's growing, so obviously he just needs to have that food regularly at the moment. Then once he gets to sort of around the 6 to 8 months, I'll start thinking about reducing him down to 2 meals. But obviously it'll be sort of when he's ready and I feel it's right for him. But it'll be 6 months at the youngest, but probably be nearer 8 months plus. So I'm just going to let him out now because it has stopped raining by the looks of it. Well, it stopped enough, so I'm going to let him out and see what he does. Obviously it's one of the first times being on the ground, so see what he does. Is day 2 with Dash, and pretty hear him starting to whine a bit in his crate. So I literally just got in the van. I'm about to head off to pick dogs up for today for walks. So yesterday I went to teach puppy class. He sat in his little crate in the van, and then he came out the end and they had little hugs with him. My customers at puppy class, also I'm not putting him on the ground yet with them, but yeah, they had little hugs with him, so it's good for his socialisation, be able to see different people and the dogs at a distance. And both of them had a little bark at him because they were excited. Wanted to play with him, but he didn't bat an eyelid about that. Yeah, and then came home, had a little nap. So I put him in his crate, and he was overtired, bless him. So he had a little wine and everything, but I sort of let him settle himself down. So he'd been for toilet, he'd been fed, all that sort of stuff. He wasn't due his dinner quite yet when he got home, so I just let him settle down, and then he had about hour and a half nap. So I woke him up about 8, got him up, went out for toilet. He didn't actually go. I brought him back in, and he did have an accident about half hour later, but I wasn't quite paying enough attention to him, so that was my fault. Yeah, then I'd fed him, all that sort of stuff, and I was just playing with him for the last hour or so before I put him back to bed for the night. So I think I had him out from about 8:30, I fed him, and then I played with him until about 9:30, and then I took him out for a wee and everything, and popped him back into his crate just before 10, I think it was. Then he slept right through until 3 o'clock. So I think he would have stayed asleep, but I had to get up and go to the loo, and he just woke up when I walked past. So I got him up, took him out for a wee, and he did a nice big wee out there. Yeah, between 10 and 3, didn't hear a peep out of him. He was a little bit unsettled when he first went in there, because obviously he wanted to be out still and having fun, but he did settle himself down. I sat there on my bed next to where his crate is, and he knew I was there and everything, and he just settled himself, found a comfy spot. And then, yeah, at 3 o'clock when I put him back in, he didn't want to go back to sleep. But again, I just sat there, let him, because he'd had everything he needed. He'd been offered a drink, he'd had a big wee, he didn't need a poo when I took him out. So he'd had everything he actually needed. So just a matter of time, just waiting for him to settle down, which he did eventually. But every sort of 20 minutes, half hour, he's woke up, had a little whinge, and then went back to sleep. So I then got up about 6, I think it was. So every sort of 20 minutes or so, between 3, well, just after 3 and 6, he got up, had a whinge, went back to sleep. I got up at, I think it was about 6:10, let him out for a wee, which he did a big one again. And then I just let him have a little wander around, and gave him a little bit of breakfast. And yeah, so he had a little wander around and play for half hour, 40 minutes. About, I think it was just after 6:30, I put him back into his crate. Yeah, it's about no, it was 6:45, he went back in, and then yeah, he slept. Then I had a little nap, so I needed it, so I didn't really sleep much between 3 and 6. Yeah, I fell back asleep until just after 9 when my alarm went off. I set one just in case I did fall asleep again. You know, got him up, let him out for another wee, which he did, and yeah, then I put him back in whilst I was getting ready, just because also I couldn't give him all my attention and make sure he wasn't getting up to no good whilst I was getting myself ready for coming out, which he didn't like. He was right when I was in the bedroom, but as soon as I went into the bathroom, he didn't like it. So we're going to be working on getting him used to being left in the crate in my bedroom when I go off and have a shower and that sort of stuff. So hopefully in the next few days that will get a little bit better. But obviously he's not used to being in a crate totally on his own. When he's been in one before, he's always had his brother and sister with him, so obviously it's a whole new experience, and it was his first day, so it was really good overall. Just a couple little issues which aren't very big issues, to be honest. Yeah, basically starting it all over again today. So yeah, I will post again probably more towards the end of the week, maybe Friday or Saturday, give you an update on how his first few days went. Yeah, if you have any questions about getting a new puppy, what to do with them, any question in regards to training, anything like that, then just pop it in the comments below and I will answer them in a video, either the next one, or I'll do a video about that topic, if depending on what the question is. But yeah, let me know down below and I will be posting again Friday or Saturday.